Everybody, it's Debbie. Welcome to your home, your happy place, where I am all about helping you guys build confidence in decorating your own home and finding the things that you love and going ahead and embracing them. And in doing that this fall, I decided to just challenge myself with a color that I've never used for fall before. I'm finding out that it isn't as unpopular as I thought it would be or impossible to find decor. I actually am finding quite a bit, and it's always surprising to me. So if you've been watching my videos, you know that that color was navy. I don't really see navy when I think of fall. I don't see it in the trees. I don't see it anywhere. So I'm not really sure how it became so popular that people are actually making decor items out of it. But today I am going to build a vignette, and it's a big one. It's my biggest vignettes usually, which are the ones that I build over my built-in refrigerator and freezer right here. So it's up there. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about how I do that. I typically think of something big because that's a pretty big space. I don't know feet. I mean, let me look at that. I'll say that's 5 feet wide, and then it's just a couple feet tall with an archway. So I do think about something substantial up there, and just about every time I have chosen some kind of picture, and this will be no different. So when I bought these items, most of them, if they were new this year, I had no idea where they were going, which is always fun. This year I had to work fast because we had company and we're going on vacation and I wouldn't be here. So I'm going to start with my big piece, and then I'll tell you what I do around it. I chose to go with this, which is, you can see the really pretty detail on it. I love that it's an arch, just because it makes it different. I didn't even find this one. I might have found it eventually, but this is Kirkland's, and my daughter picked it out. She goes, "Mom, look, it's a navy pumpkin." And I said, "Are you sure?" Because it definitely has a little bit of purple in it. I loved this combination. This is really what I was looking at as far as my color story this year. So I looked at it a little bit more, and I'm like, I'm getting it. Everything was 30% off in the store, so I believe this worked out to be, well, what would that be? I'm sitting here looking. I'm so bad at this, you guys. That would be $9 off. So it was $20 for this, and it's still on sale, I think. So that's going to be my one big item. And then I love to keep in fall, spring, and summer, I love to have a picnic basket up there, which I just kept the same one, which I'll show you when we get up there. I have two significant picnic baskets. I think I have 3 in the house, but I have one that's like this big. It's been up there before. It's like a suitcase. This one is one of those oval with the handle, and it opens up on just one side, I think, maybe both sides. And I just love it because, number one, to me, I romanticize things that don't ever happen in my life. But back in the day, we did picnics a lot. Our family on my mother's side would do big family reunions, and people would travel. So the grandparents, we would go down. I think we went to some park along the Mississippi River, and they lived down in southern Illinois. And we were up in the St. Louis area, and then there were people in Michigan and Wisconsin and Arkansas, I think mostly. So mostly Midwest, but it was a big trip to get down there for this picnic. And everybody made something. I don't remember the meats. I guess they made hot dogs or something. I remember potato salads and watermelon and these concoctions that people made with cucumbers and things like that. And as kids, all my cousins, my mom had, I guess she was one of 7. And so, and all of the families had pretty many kids. So I have a ton of cousins. I don't know where most of them are anymore. It's so sad. They have moved all across the United States as well. But anyway, long story, I had romanticized picnics. Anyway, I love picnic baskets because of that. And I always think I'll go on a picnic. There's picnic tables in this subdivision in the parks. I mean, people encourage you to do it. And there for a while, I wanted to write a book on the art of picnicking. So who knows, maybe I will someday. All right, so that's in there. But I love, okay, what do I also love about that for fall? Besides, I think that going on a picnic in the fall is probably one of the best times of the year to do, is that basket. I love that type of texture and colors this time of year. So baskets, woven, etc. I love. And then so I'm going to introduce some more of that as well. So I think we'll just start building the vignette, starting with my big piece, and then I work around it. So let's get up there. So there's my picnic basket. I have no idea where I bought it. It's old. And I just left this up here, the plate rack. So I don't know that I'm gonna put the camera down so I have 2 hands to put this up. All right, there it is. And I've left this up since last Christmas, or just after Christmas. It's got a snowflake on it. It's a Lazy Susan that's made of marble. So it acts as a riser. You really don't see it. And then I know what I'm putting there, so I left that. So next, what did I have on that? I think we'll do what's going here. It's another bigger item. I have had these in the very small version. They're almost always in my family room on the little shelf where, it's a console table. But I've been wanting these ever since I bought those, and I don't know what I thought I'd do with them. They came in, I'm like, okay, now where am I going to put them? Honestly, I had no clue. They're way too big for that console. That console's tiny, and they don't look like they would work anywhere in here as far as the kitchen goes. And so perhaps they would work in my studio. I'm not sure. They're certainly not appropriate for my dining room. And they would look handsome in my husband's office, but again, they're just too big. And then all of a sudden I thought, why not use them up in the vignette? So that's what we're doing with these. Do you ever do this, you guys? Do you ever buy something you've been waiting for forever, and then you realize you have no place really for it? You just love the item. Okay, so we're really bare still. So I am going to put a kitchen towel over that has some of the fall colors in it. This is one of those towels I picked up at Hobby Lobby this year. And the colors are really identical to the colors in that. I mean, it is so pretty, so pretty. At this point, I step back and I think, okay, what else do I? Well, I need a plate or a wreath. I need something right in here. And so I did look for a wreath. They had some at Hobby Lobby that had some navy in them, but I have so many wreaths. And so I grabbed this one and I thought, ooh, this has got an awful lot of orange. Actually, I'm just now seeing for the first time that there may be a little navy in that, but it's really only on that one branch, none of the other. I love the texture of almost looks like dead pine to me. I don't really know what it is. And it looks like there's some magnolia leaves in the background that have turned. So I'm going to set that in front of that little stand there to hold it up. So at this point, we're filling it out. That was some definitely needed, I needed the height, the filler, and texture and color in that spot. It really did help. So at this point, I think of smaller items. I am definitely going to put in something that ties this side to this side, which is going to be a candlestick and a candle. And I went with the golden color candle just to pull some more of that color in, because it is in the towel and the picture. And I just really wanted to bring some more of that up. Not to mention I needed the contrast for the background, because the background of this whole thing is cream or white. It's really Chantilly white. All right, next is the little stuff now. I'm going to add some of my pumpkins. What pumpkins do I have? I know I'm mixing these, but I had quite a few of these at the time. I've already started doing other things. I don't know, I may end up changing these out, but these had not come in yet, and so I started working. These are some of them that I've shown you I got on Amazon. This is one I already had. I loved adding the color to, so I'm gonna pop those up there. All right, this was where I was. I'll get up higher so you can see it, but that gives you the overall feel. I had it like this for quite a while. I love, or you could group those pumpkins in other areas. But anyway, there was this little space back here. There was the fact that at some points, I mean, I'm up on a ladder right now, you could maybe see the riser, but I did want those up high. And there's a little space there that I went into my garland area and I found these. And I'm going to tell you something. This is the difference. Let me step back again. This is probably more my taste right here at that point. Someone had said to me, they were watching my marathons or else my show, home tour, and she said, oh, your table is way too busy for me, my taste or whatever. And I said, that's fine, you know. None of us have the same taste, thank goodness. But what I'm getting ready to do at first took me beyond my comfort zone, because to me it was too much. But then I loved it and I just loved it. So this is where, you know, you find you and you decide, I don't need all that filler. I like, because once you put this garland in, it takes away, it makes one big concept. And it takes away a lot of the individuality of what you see when you look up there. It's real easy to focus on something, but when it all gets tied together, because that's what the garland's doing, it's like a needle knitting everything together into one tapestry, and that's what happens. And it's not right or wrong, it's what makes you happy. So these are the garlands. There's two of them here. They're old, but I don't know, you know, I may have got them last year, who knows. So they've got a little bit of berry on them, and they're not, I mean, there's some vibrant orange, but overall, to me, this is sort of a very quiet fall garland. I think it's one of the quieter ones. So let's just pop that up there. So I simply strung it back there in front. As you see, it completely hides my riser. I went a little bit behind my pumpkin, which also hides the black plate stand that's holding up my wreath, but I still have the height and texture of the wreath. I left my pumpkins in the forefront. Then we start the other one, which is behind. I put those little blue velvet pumpkins on top of it and then let it ride up and fill up that space behind. And I can't see it any other way now. I love it this way. It's really important to mix some things. If I had all navy pumpkins up here, you would probably not notice them, but because I've got this splash of bronze pumpkin, which plays off of some of the other colors in here, it really does. You want to find ways to make your stuff pop. Like these wouldn't show up at all if they didn't have those gold stems on them. And I did try pulling them out and replacing them with one of the navy ones like that. It just didn't have the same effect. So went ahead and left it. I love vignettes. I've got a lot of them to show you this fall. Some new spaces completely, and this just, of course, every time I do a vignette, I'm gonna try and do it a little different and just stretch my imagination and try something new. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it gave you some ideas, and I love to hear your ideas below, and I will link. I'm sure not much of that is available on Amazon, but the pumpkins were. So pumpkins and plate holders, and what else is up there? Oh, the baskets, those were from Amazon. And I'm sure I can find some really pretty kitchen towels and maybe even a picnic basket. So be sure to check out my links. And if you would, please give me a like, share, comment. I'll see you next time. You guys, you make your home your happy place and enjoy the weather. Thank you.